What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Amberlynn just did a 3 hour live stream. I want to leave the AI description just for a moment so you can understand it. And I don't expect this video to stay up of hers, but I do want to just share that there were people that had genuine concerns. And I understand there's going to be people that question, was she really intoxicated? Was this all just an act? But at minimum, she was in an unwell state. And anyone watching this could easily come to that conclusion. To that point, Chantel's favorite cow tipper was in the chat. And I've saved the worst of these comments for the end of this video. And I don't understand why all this encouragement of someone that was in a bad mental state was happening. What was the reaction that someone intended to get, essentially encouraging negative responses from somebody that was already in a negative place? It just seems like a really, really bad thing to do to someone when that person, in a way, is asking for help. And I just want to make it clear there were people that were there trying to help her. There were people there trying to tell her this is not the right way to handle this, whether it's an act or not. And I understand that no matter how she presented this, there was going to be people that were frustrated. There was going to be people that are upset that she's still with Tommy, that she's kind of hiding this relationship from everyone. But there was a pretty good mix of people that thought she's the greatest actor in the world, and this is all just her hamming it up. And then quite a bit of people that were saying, no, she's literally sitting here opening cans, and despite her size, at least to some level, was inebriated. And it was sad to watch. When she first comes online, she doesn't know that she's online. She says that she's had a day, and that she says, to her own admission, she's tipsy. She's losing her mind. She shows some of the drinks she's had, and the chat immediately tells her, you should not be acting like this. She responds by saying everything's fine, laughing and drinking more. She promises several times that she's fine. She continues to make these mannerisms on and off the screen, and she said she just needed a drink to get this out. She said she's still in love. She's with Tommy, and she had to take the edge off to speak about this. She knew that people would be upset, and she's worked really hard to protect Tommy and herself. She says she wants to set things straight, and she knows that people are going to believe what they want to believe regardless. She says Tommy and her were going to break up, but they've decided that she's going to do what she wants to do instead, and that she's not in any danger. She's actually losing weight. She said she has permission to share certain photos that we've all seen, the reality behind them, and she says that that's how that partner in Tommy made money. That it was never their alone time when she was shown with that person. And that she's seen proof that this was some type of business, that those photos were only done for payment. She says Tommy has made her feel more loved and comfortable than anyone, and she's willing to stand up for their love. She also says, because the chat was concerned, her mother is aware that she is with Tommy, and actually, Tommy was going to meet her mother, but her mother got sick. She does offer that Tommy will not be appearing in videos, and reiterates that on June 18th they started talking. They met through TikTok, and that advanced to Instagram. And she doesn't care what Tommy did in the past, despite spending the last 30 minutes justifying it by saying everything we've seen was just an elaborate business venture. She said she considered breaking up with her, but she understands what they have. She says it's different than what Erica did to her, and she cites that reaction channels are just filling holes in the story and saying things that aren't true. She says she wants to be clear. Before she met Tommy, she was going to stop taking her medicine regardless. But Tommy was actually supportive of her staying on the medicine. And she says this proves that Tommy wants a life with her, wants to do things with her, wants her to be her best. She said she's not leaving YouTube. She just wants to make sure that people aren't going to be hectic with her. She continues to say that Erica loved her and Erica lied to her and that it's not okay. She encourages the chat to roast her and admits on and off that she's drank too much. Says that she'll be crying in her next video. She says seconds later that she isn't drinking so much that it would impact her. It's just that we're finally seeing who she really is. She uses different voices all the time and repeats the same words constantly. We just never see that in her videos. She said she wasn't mad watching Jordy's live. She's simply mad that things are being spread about her past relationships, things that aren't true. There's times during the stream where she trips over her own words and then admits that she says too much and then forgets what she's saying. She openly talks about disliking herself and questioning if she should even love herself. And she goes over that $2,400 was spent on her by Brittany and Erica and not sure why they're trying to recover it, apparently through their channel. The chat tells her she's going to regret this. She said she's not. She hasn't been drinking too much, she just has allergies. She then starts to talk about flat earth and moon landing conspiracies. She goes through a whole segment where literally everything is a, quote, type deal, followed by her saying that she can't get up to use the bathroom or show Twinkie because she's not wearing pants. She then talks about having went to a bar, being proud that she can jump. Talks about how she pays reaction channels rent. She then fails to prop up the camera properly and shows her leg while trying to use the bathroom. She laughs and says this proves she wasn't wearing pants. She comes back laughing that people waited on her stream while she went to the bathroom. She jokes that reaction channels are going to zoom in on her leg once they see this. She's also screaming in her apartment at 1:30 in the morning. And she said she wants more of this to come out, the real Amber. And eventually we're going to see this side of her, and people are going to realize that she's not a bully. She's not any of the things that people project. She also goes into way too much detail about her body. She worries out loud if the things that she said can impact her channel. She also says perhaps she should change her channel name to Tommy's Girl. She goes from topic to topic, randomly singing and using the word hectic over and over. She talks about voting and then cries about the election. If you've ever been around someone who has drank too much and they try to combat this by talking to you to convince you that they haven't drank too much, that is the epitome of this stream. And as I said before, anyone that pretends to care about Amber and her well-being but supports this stream doesn't truly want what's best for her. She says Brittany is not the victim because Brittany started it. But she says it's her fault because once she knew they were in a marriage, she kept going. She says it won't matter. People are going to see that she's happy with Tommy. And that Tommy is not what she's being accused of. She has the proof. She knows it doesn't make sense right now, but she knows that Tommy is amazing and we're all going to see that. She says it was magical. We're not going to believe it. She says that she was only with Tommy for 4 days. She promises that Tommy's not there now. She reiterates her mother knows all about Tommy. She said she understands that Jordy was just trying to make income, but it's enough. She tries to elaborate on this, but then she loses track of what she's saying. She goes back to showing a whole diary that apparently outlines the relationship with Erica, and she says if they don't stop, she's going to start showing the diary. She has to use the bathroom for a second time and seems more disorganized than before. She returns with beef jerky and continues to use the word hectic hundreds of times. I will say, as the stream winds down, her demeanor, her tone changes. It seems like she's kind of clearing up a little bit. And the reality, I would say, is, tipsy or not, nobody would have told her to respond to this situation in this way. At one point, she has a full conversation with the person that's on the phone the entire time she's streaming, and the chat, which has been sending her super chats, expresses that it's rude. If she thought this was going to make things better, it likely won't. Her viewers are going to be upset that she's with Tommy regardless. And if she continues to show that all she wants to do is use vices, be it food, be it her channel, or be it whatever tonight was, to try to make things better in her life, I don't think anyone's going to sign off on that. And I want to leave you, as I mentioned in the beginning, with this message here. And I just thought to myself, interestingly enough, how obsessed does someone have to be with someone else, another creator, to sit in someone's chat that really doesn't even have any interaction with this person and be thinking so much about them that they type this out? Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. You know I'll be back soon as I can with more commentary.